this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend, I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. Trade the dots, connect the line. Profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean. Living life on this money machine.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay. We are deep into trading before the show even starts. One to the upside, one to the downside. Trading the Nasdaq and a sell signal right now with about a minute 15 to go. So we're going to jump into it if this sell signal holds to the short side. It's just been up, down, up, down, up, down. But it's been fun for me. I've been taking all the trades. And we're going to rock and roll as the day goes by. I'm going to show you the full structure of what I'm doing now, which I think everybody's going to absolutely love because it's going to eliminate FOMO and the need to crawl back your losses by 90%. That's just a made-up figure, but it sounds good. It definitely did it for me. So very, very negative drop on the open, 34 seconds. Breaking the 200. I'm waiting. I'm waiting till the candle closes because I don't want to be hitting the retrace. And if I do hit the retrace, I'm going to have a plan B, which I'm going to show you. So 21 seconds left. This candle just drops 40 points in 2 minutes. So really, really deep sell. Hopefully we get a chance to have a little bit of continuity off of it. 9, 10, 7 seconds to go. I'm going to just wait for the candle to close. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Sell. All right, we're short here. Then limit order filled. That was the easiest sell in the world. You could tell that was going to be a waterfall. So yet another trade banked, and now we just chill. Now we just chill because basically we are now deep in the red zone, and we won't have a trade in Nasdaq for a little while. We can flip around, see what S&P is doing. S&P already had the signal, so we're not going to trade that signal. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let me make this bigger. So I think this is going to be good because everybody can see this much more. And gold is just soaring. Gold is back to, look at this, gold 34.27. Wow, man, that was a great trade over here, which I took, and there was nothing else left for me. So this is a great time for us to kind of review the structure that I'm doing. And I'll be the first one to admit, you may not like this and you may want to variate my idea. But what I'm trying to do in order to keep myself as on process and focused as possible is the following way of trading. Remember, we are trading trend, momentum, slope, right? So as I refined the setup into its purest, simplest form, I decided what I'm doing is slope change. So the 8 SMA goes from red to green. That's my step one. So that's a change in near-term trend, right? Momentum. I get a white dot here. That's my step two. Entry on the close. Step three. Boom. Trade is done. The problem with this approach that I'm doing is that you're definitely going to miss out on every other continuity trade here. This is a massive trade, and you certainly could say, yeah, this Boris, this it's a great idea, but then look at this. Now you're an hour without really doing any kind of a setup, and it's true. That's true. And the answer for me to that is we're going to look at multiple instruments to just look for new setups where the switches are viable. Now, when you look at, for example, Nasdaq, right, there were 3 switches in like 3 minutes. So you took this one, you took that one, you took this one. So it's not like every single instrument is going to be in a long-term trend. The general idea, and this is, by the way, incredibly unusual. This is like 1 out of 10 days type of a big move trend. The general idea is that the trend is going to switch every half an hour, and we want to be on that half-hour switch to the trend. We want to be doing that in order to kind of optimize our chances of success. The first trade is always the best, right? The first cut is the deepest, whatever is the statement is. The first breakout trade is the best. Now, I'll be the first to admit that, yes, I am giving up huge amounts of upside. And there are lots of guys who are basically telling me, listen, what I'm doing is I'm taking your first trade, and then I have like 5 other contracts behind me, and I just simply scale out. That's a great strategy. If you have the temperament and the approach to do that, it's a super good strategy. My strategy is to hit them, and just add the P&L as the day goes by. But you are certainly welcome. When and if you catch it, anytime you catch a trend that's an hour long, you're guaranteed to make money with this setup on a multi-scale out basis. The big question is, that's an hour long. That's not a given, right? This is not a given of a trend. This is a nice, beautiful move. I guess because Jerome was testifying this. There's probably some interesting fundamental reason for underlying this, but it's very hard to anticipate that in front of the move. So I'll leave it to you to how you want to trade it. But the simplest, purest way, and yeah, Santiago is going to me, do we trade the white? You can trade the white dot, green dot, white dot, green dot. You can absolutely do that. But what I'm trying to do is eliminate buying the top as much as possible. Now, the trade-off, and everything in life is a trade-off, and nothing tells you that more than trading, right? I mean, the very definition of trading has the word trade-off inside of it. If you don't understand that everything in life is a trade-off, and that you can't have your cake and eat it too, then you really are not an adult. The trade-off with my approach is that I only get to take the first bite of the apple. The positive is I'm not going to be buying the top. I'm not going to be constantly buying the top. That's just the approach that I want to show you, because it's very, very simple. It's especially simple for people who are new to the thing and don't need to really absorb lots of different variations of the setup. When you really only want to keep your eye on 1 and 2 things, which is I got slope going my way. So if slope changes to green and I have a breakout dot to the upside, that's my signal. Green dot, boom, go. Green dot, boom, go. Red dot, boom, go. This was a sell. This will be a buy if this whole thing turns green in the next 10, 15 minutes. And doing it this way is the best way for you to kind of learn the fundamental setup, and then you can do whatever you want with it as you go further, right? I don't trade linear regression channel. Maxi Dane, where are you in Denmark? Are you in Copenhagen? Or are you in somewhere else? I am a huge science geek, and all I do is listen to all the books on quantum physics history. So, of course, I'm a big Niels Bohr fan. And I, to this day, still try to understand the Copenhagen consensus as what it is. Okay, look at this. Look at this. We are in NAS. The slope is green. The dot is green. We got a minute to go. We're going to take this to the long side. We're going to take this to the long side when it presents itself. Oh, you're long out of the country. Ah, okay. All right. 1949, 48 seconds left watching this. So you guys watching me? So this is the crisp, clean, simple idea, right? It's buffeted by the fact that it's also a positive trend because it's above trend. We'll see. It's a big extension on this candle, so I could be right on the idea and wrong on the trade, but that's fine. I'm going to show you exactly how we deal with that, and I think you guys are going to like the solution. I don't trade Heikin-Ashi candles because they're not real candles. Heikin-Ashi candles require you for the price action to for the future to be averaged with the past. Okay, that's why they're not real candles. 2, 1, 2, long. Okay, we're long. I'm going to eat this trade probably because I'm going to hit the retrace, but whatever. What did I just do? Oh, I'm on the E-mini. Oh, shit. I was on the E-mini. Sorry. I thought it was Nasdad. I'm on the E-mini S&P. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna take the E-mini trade here too. Thought I was on the Nasdaq. Where am I on the Nasdaq? No, Nasdaq is still negative. E-mini kind of changes positive. Gold might be a negative trade for us when we get a chance. So one of the things that I kind of want to show you is I'm going to trade the 110. 110 is my primary account. I'm going to trade the 115 as my offset account. I'm going to show you how we can trade primary against offset to basically eliminate as much pain and FOMO out of the equation as possible. Okay, so okay, I'm long this thing. I didn't realize I was in the S&P. All right, I eat the retrace because this was a really big S&P move, and fair enough. So as I said, this is a perfect example of maybe right on direction but wrong on the execution. It's fine. So here's what happens. This is my dominant trade, right? My primary account. Now I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch this very carefully. The slope is still red. If the slope turns green again, we're going to go back in this account again. If the slope turns red, we're going to go to the offset account, which is the 115 account, and we're going to take the opposite side of the trade. And I'm using SMAs. I don't need to use VWAP or EMAs because I'm just looking for directionality. VWAP is a perfectly reasonable idea, but I don't need to complicate my things. Okay, we're possibly back to the green slope. You seeing the slope over here? It's playing around with green to red. Now, if this thing goes red dot, I will be shorting this in the offset account. Let's see what gold is doing. Gold is really gold. I got to feel is going to have to somewhere around here pause for a little bit of a retrace. But until and unless we get an inkling of a red slope, we're not even going to bother shorting this thing. Nasdaq goes deeper red. Suggests to me that maybe it's going to drag the S&P with it. Let's see. S&P is kind of fighting it, but let's see. There's a big divergence. One of the reasons why I don't like to buy the index when the other one is not green. I don't like it when one is not confirming the other. Any problems with customer support? Email me. Okay. Give me your name, your email address, and tell me what's wrong, and we'll try to fix it. All right, let's see if Nasdaq, let's see if S&P stabilizes. We get a chance to trade this again to the upside. This is a 200 period SMA, and the short-term period moving average is above, so that's positive, positive trend in the S&P. But in Nasdaq, the 8-period SMA is below, so that's negative. That's negative. Okay. And again, you guys are going to go, why aren't you shorting here? There's so much opportunity. You're right. It's really, really difficult to keep yourself from like taking pretty easy short trades over here. But I'm trying to stick to the idea of we're gonna just do one trade per switch, so you guys can see how the whole thing plays itself out. Oh, we just went, okay, Nasdaq, S&P is really okay. We're gonna sell this. I'm gonna sell this right here. See, the slope is negative. There's a red dot here. Let's see if the S&P is going to cooperate with me, or it's just going to be like the worst fucking trade in the world today. So I'm in the opposite account now. It's not going to work either. It's unbelievable. Wow, S&P really, really sucks. This is just not giving me a signal today. All right, double stopped on the S&P, both up and down, which happens. It's okay, but remember, I took a stop in one, took a stop in the other. Now we're going to go back to the original account. And if it turns positive, we're going to repair this whole trade. I'm going to show you how we're going to repair this whole trade. If this thing goes negative, again, this is, I mean, really what's happening, this is so annoying, is it's, you see, it's stopping me out and going my direction. But I will stay on this trade as long as it gives me the signal and try to repair it. Oh, really, really annoying. Okay, let's see if we can repair this. $11 seconds left. It's not a signal yet. Not a signal. It should be a signal. Yeah, it's a signal. Okay, sell. We short here. Limit is where's my position? 42 is my target. Entry was super late here. See how the entry is super late? Let's see if I can make this work. Come on, baby. All right, finally, I got that repaired on the second try. S&P very, very, very difficult to trade today, but at least we know we got that repaired on the primary account. Now we're going to take a look and see what Nasdaq is doing and what gold is doing. Both super, super strong. Nothing much going on over here. So we just have to be very, very patient. We will get trend switches. We will get those trend switches. It'll just take, what time is it now? It's only 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes to start. Generally, every half hour, we're going to get a switch in trend. We're going to get that done. Yeah, S&P eventually got resolved. That was really, really a tough trade, annoying trade, but we got it done. In a really, really good rhythm, like I had earlier today, what you're doing is you're basically hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row on your primary account, and then when you hit a loser, and this is really, really interesting in Asia session, sometimes you'll have a SPY signal, and and then a reversal to a sell signal without you being stopped out. And then you can go to the other account, to the offset account. One of those accounts wins. The second one account, sometimes both accounts win because it's relatively low range. But if one of them wins, the other one loses, you simply go back to the other one that loses and repair it on the next trade. And that's why you keep two accounts running up, the whole time. Why did I switch on that? Just to make it super easy and simple for people to trade. I wanted the visualization to be really, really clear, which is really, what's the trade about? It's a continuity trade. The moment you have positive slope, which is the most important thing, and you have positive momentum, that's really when you want to take those trades. Now, does it always work? No. And what's, sometimes frustrating is that, like I said to you, occasionally what will happen here, this clearly did not work in this case, but what happened here was basically we were right on the direction. We just simply got stopped out on the retrace, which happens too. That's a occasional, very rare, but occasional risk of a trade. Hey, Gal, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Everybody's in the room. All right, now we're starting to turn negative on everything. Let's see if gold is, no, gold just continues to pop. Now, if I wanted to be, crazy with you guys and I wanted to just generate lots and lots of trades and lots of content, we could easily just simply trade every single red dot on this continuity trade, and it would have been awesome. And it would have been one day out of 10. We caught a really, really good trend that just simply scalped our way to success the whole time, which is great. And that's, it's maybe one session we'll do that just for fun. But what I want to do today was to kind of put you into the mode of how I trade my funded accounts. And the reason why my funded accounts are, growing is precisely because you have to overlay a really, really strong degree of discipline on it, and basically take the one you want to take the first trade and trend, and then just wait. First trade and trend, and just wait until you get the setup. Slope, which is acceleration, and momentum are the two key ingredients that you want. And as you can see here, we could have just simply hit it and hit it and hit it and hit it, and that would be a lot of fun. Maybe actually, as I'm thinking about this, we're not going to do this now because that's a little bit too late. But we could take the 102 account and just simply say, hey, let's trade one contract, small size, at this continuity range. Every time I have slope and I have slope and momentum, I can just say, yeah, what the fuck, let's do this right now. Just curious. This is like I'm really, really fucking around on this one. Yeah, and there you go. And it actually, the momentum moves really, really good. So we'll have let's do one account where we're just doing nothing but banging away at momentum trades, which in this case are really only two: gold and Nasdad. A little bit, very, very late to the party. But what the real trade I want is kind of the reversal trade here. But hey, gold wants to hang here. Give me a green dot. I'll keep buying it. I'll keep buying it until it stops working. Although this is not going to give me a green dot, so we'll just move it away. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll trade one account, just complete, constant trade. Because in a regime where we have a strong trend, every single trade is a winner in this particular structure. Every single trade is a winner on the other side. Oops. Sorry. I'm just going to, for this kind of structure, I'm just only going to trade Nasdaq and gold as setups for you guys. Make sure I have this right. Okay, cool. Minute 30 on this. Just keep going until it stops. Let's move gold over here, and you guys can see it over here. Gold doesn't have any more stops, but this will be a lot of fun because then at least we can generate lots of scalp trades in a direction of the move. When we're actually looking for what I call the really pure setups on trend switches. Minute 59 seconds left. man, they're really today seems to be a day where, did Jerome say something, or is it just because? Let me see what's going on over here. What's on Twitter? So really a big bump to the downside. All right, so euro yen down. That's a risk trade. What's going on? Huh? Yeah, I guess the market is just a little bit spooked by all the Trump talk. Okay, let's do this. This is really, really, really deep into the sell zone, but what the hell? Let's see if this is going to work. And boom, limit order filled. We're just killing it, right? It's kind of just scalping on the structure. I'm glad we kind of decided to do this. Okay, finally, I'm seeing a little bit of a crack in gold. We're far away from where we need to be. We need the slope to be red, which is going to take a couple of candles, and we need the dot to be red in order for us to see a tiny little reversal. But when that happens, we're going to our primary account, which is this one. We're going to trade gold to the downside. But in the meantime, we can have fun with Nasdaq. Anybody scalping to the downside with me? I think this is actually like, who's it? Santiago. You made me think about, like, why not try to do this? Because I came into the show today, really wanted to show you how I trade my funded accounts, which, as you can see, are not being traded every 5 seconds. They're being traded like every half an hour to 45 minutes on those transition phases, because that is a very, very clean, easy way to capture quick pips. But when we get, it's rare, but when we get the opening half hour trends, it's really, really cool. That's a really, really long conversation. I may save that for tomorrow, because that's a function of how you want to do it, what you want to do, and what sizing you want to do. I will say this, though. I'm going to show you something interesting in just 1 second. Let me just make sure that gold is right. Gold is starting to come down a little. Gold has got green slope. All right, we got to go. It's sold it. Sell gold. All right, we're short gold on this phase transition move, right? Where am I on the gold here? What is this? It's the 110. Here's my position. We're short gold here. Let's put this over here, because we have a phase transition. We have a red slope, red dot, momentum dot. Does the gold correct for us? Does the gold need, can the gold? Yeah, again, the gold corrects. And so this is the classic trade that I like to do. Okay, let me just kind of mark this up for you guys so you guys can see it. Here we have phase, green phase. Here we have red phase. This is what I call phase transition. That first red dot, momentum dot off the phase transition, that's my money shot. I take that if I can do that every half an hour, 2-3 hours a day, you can get very, very clean, strong entries, right? So is everybody kind of following me on that? You rang the bell on short the gold. Good job. Gold is dropping. Nice. Cat. Hey, Cat. Long time no see. How are you? Yeah, we caught the gold move here. So to your question, actually, Galvin, Miguel did a good job. Everybody, all the veterans caught the move. But are you guys feeling the whole trend phase transition idea here? It just becomes much simpler to program yourself to look for these phase transitions, and momentum follow-ups, because then it's just one trade, and then you can go away. Now, if you're sitting, like right now, where we happen to be 2-3 hours in front of a screen and we get lots and lots of momentum moves, yeah, we can scalp them to death. We can scalp them in this one. We'll scalp them to the 102 account if we want to. Yes, the slope is there. That's the key thing. Both white dot, green dot doesn't matter because they're both momentum dots. The key thing is just simply slope. Well, guys, hang tight a second. I got to put my dog away because the housekeeper is here and he's going to go nuts. Just hang tight. I'll be right back. I am back. Sorry. Okay, perfect. We have another scalp trade here in this account. 41 seconds left. Let's see if it's gonna give us a move. And then I want to show you something really cool. See if I can pull it up and just show you. And this may go away. So this may be the bottom in the Nasdaq. See how it goes away, comes back as a bottom. So we'll leave this alone. Not a trade I really want to do. Do we want to continue, scalping gold to the downside? Yeah, why not? Let's go to this. Let's go to our. Oh, I'm in the wrong count. Ah, shit. I missed it. Sorry, guys. I was gonna say, we had the red dot. We could have easily made, more additional scalps here. Sorry, I missed the spot because I had the tool set here. All right, fine. I'll learn next time. What's the S&P doing? Not much. S&P is actually kind of died out. S&P is giving us a scalp down signal. Interesting. So we can go back to that to the 102 account. And actually, I want to do for this one. I want to do the small ones. MESU. What happened here? Wait. MESU. I don't know why this is happening to me. This MESU 5. Why is this not working? That's so weird. Well, let's refresh this. Okay. Yeah, it was just some kind of a glitch here. Okay. No signal here though. Okay, that's fine. The gold was a nice clean scalp signal. This is all. What do we put this into the 102 account? The scalp account. Nothing here. Okay. Kevin got the gold again. Good for you, man. Good for you. So, for those of you guys that really, we don't get these kind of straight down waterfall trades a lot, but when we get that structure, I said every single signal is a win. It just makes it so easy, just to bang, bang, bang. And definitely, we should do a lot more of this, given the fact that we have lots of different accounts. Speaking of which, this is the whole point of having Apex. Go out there. Somebody was telling me that they bought like 20 the other day, which is a good size. I think you should start with 5. If I was starting, you buy 5 of these guys. They're dirt cheap. And you can trade one with just continuous scalps, one with phase transition, one with whatever, whatever else you want to do. And when I'm trading phase transition, I'm always trading in two accounts, one as my primary account and one as the offset account. I'm using my own proprietary indicator that we developed called BFF dots that I wrote myself with lots of sort of help from some of the guys in the room. And so that's what we use. It's the perfect indicator for short-term scalping, but it's also really, really good, by the way, for long-term scalping as well. I used it on like hourly charts, and it's done really, really well too. So for those guys that don't necessarily want to trade short-term charts, you can definitely trade it on the longer-term charts. It works just as well. Same principles. Okay, we don't. So I missed all these scalp trades in gold. Now we just simply chill. What's interesting to me is, is this a corrective move off the gold? By the way, how cool is this indicator at picking tops and bottoms? Remember when I started the show, I said, hey, gold looks like it's really kind of, gotta stall at this 25-30 level, right? I said it's gotta stall. It wasn't stalling. It was only when the indicator gave us the proper signal, when the slope went negative and the momentum went negative, only here was this a legitimate top, right? It wasn't here, because it didn't give us the signal. Every idiot who said it's going to stop at 25, it's going to stop at 30, it's going to this, just simply got stopped out. The greatest thing about this indicator, aside from the fact that how accurate it is how good it is at keeping you out of early trades, right? Being early is the same thing as being wrong. And it tries to minimize that so well. I absolutely love that for it. The same thing when we see a reversal here to the upside, it's going to take a while. This is not going to be the reversal. Well, maybe it'll be a V-shaped. Who the fuck knows? But generally, the first pump here is not going to be the reversal trade. It's going to take 2 or 3 candles for us to stabilize the slope, turn it around, and we're going to trade it that way really, really well. So while this is trying to churn itself out into and this is the mini, the S&P mini. Once it's trying to sort of turn itself around, I want to show you something pretty cool. Let me see. I'm going to pull it off screen here. I want to make sure I can. It pulls up. Sometimes it gets wonky on the reporting. Give me just a second. Yeah, so you're getting a little wonky. We'll try it. We'll try it in a second. Because this is my funded account move, and it's really interesting to see it. I want to show you as soon as I can pull it up. It's not letting me pull it up. Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, it is. All right, let's see where we are on all the trades here. Okay, getting close. Maybe this will start turning us a positive. If it is, we'll take a phase transition in our. This is going to be the 110 account, right? That's the one we're going to trade to the upside on this. But while it's doing that, we got about. Well, let me wait and see. Let's wait and see if this actually gives us a signal. Probably not. This is pretty problematic. I really want to see a green slope. I'd like to see one more candle on this, frankly, before I want to go long on this thing. The problem with that, Rick, is that it. I'll address it in just one second. It sounds great in principle. It's really, really hard in practice. What I think works really, really best, and a lot of people have emailed me how what they're doing. Okay, so this is not a trade. We're not going to take this trade. We're going to leave this alone for the time being. So we got 2 minutes. Let me share this with you guys. So Um, this is my own personal point of view, but I wonder if you guys feel the same. I think it is much sweeter to come back from a loss than it is to make a win, especially the way we trade, where wins are just like like popcorn. Every 5 minutes we can hit a win. Coming back from a deep loss, having the ability to come back from a deep loss, is ultimately really what trading skill is all about. Like Paul Tudor Jones used to always basically when he was selecting portfolio managers, he couldn't give a shit about how well they won. He always wanted to see their their comeback from drawdown techniques, because that's actually really the only skill in trading that you have, which is coming back from losses. So I put this up because this is this week's. I totally blew up one of my funded accounts to the point where I was literally like, I think, a couple $100 away from margined out, right? And then I went back. I mean, one of the things that I did is I just went back to this. Let's just do phase transition. Let's stop fucking around. Let's just focus on phase transition trades. And you see, as I started focusing on phase transition trades, I started coming back. And the P&L now is obviously modestly positive. But what's really makes me happy is this coming back from the dead. This is an account that literally was a couple of minutes away from being margined out and lost, and now is fully functional. And that is a testament to the process. When I started focusing on the process, that's what happened. I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was kind of interesting. On the thing, okay, maybe we have, let me see if we have a trade here. We're in phase, yes, we do. Buy. Okay, we're long on this phase transition. And we're done. And we're done super fast. You see how easy phase transition works? When you got it done, I told you, just be fucking patient. Wait for the setup and take it. Yep, Lee, I took that trade. So Rick was asking before, like, what if I just simply kind of, put a stop and trail it behind there? You can do that, but honestly, Rick, the much better structure that people email me on all the time is they'll take like 5 contracts. First one gets hit. The rest of them just simply stay at the original stop loss, but the next 3 get moved. The target gets over here. You basically have like a short target, intermediate term target, long target. When you have that beautiful trend like this, you capture a ton of money doing it that way. I think that would be the cleanest structure to set up in terms of doing this. Lee, you took the NQ. Good job. Nice job, everybody else. Everybody else taking the trades. So you see, guys, like, first of all, you saw me. I didn't freak out over the switcheroo in the S&P, right? I said we're going to stick to the strategy because I knew, because like I tell you, nothing gives you more confidence than a chart like this. Nothing gives you more confidence. Chart. If a chart was all green, that's false confidence. If the chart is red to green, that's true confidence. That's the true confidence. That's what I really wanted to kind of point out to you today. You could, and that's what I would talk about. KP is saying gold setup. I'm not sure. Let me see what the gold is doing. Yes. Gold set up and kind of died out. So I'm glad we kind of missed this trade. As I said to you, gold needs, sometimes when you're looking for these, phase transitions, especially after a long corrective move like this, I like to have like more than one confirm, So like if I get a second phase transition right now, that would be much more valuable to me on a trade basis. So if I go what was my phase transition? 110. Okay. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a negative trade. No, sorry. Yeah, see, it actually is a short here. To me, this is much better short than it is a long, because we know we're obviously negative trend, negative slope, negative momentum. Minute here, I'm going to try and see if gold stays this way. But gold is by far the most difficult instrument to trade, as I said to you, on any way possible, except maybe like this, continuity scalp trade, which ironically enough, I think when you catch gold in big moves, that's a pretty good structure. Now this is really a bullshit trade. I do have a red dot, but the slope keeps oscillating between neutral to red. Not a structure that I like. And now it's turned back to green, which is good. So now, here's what I want to do. Now I'm going to wait patiently, one more candle, and see if it can recover. And then that would give me genuine confidence that we have a medium-term bottom here, and gold has a chance to rally. Yeah, USA Forever. I kind of agree with you that it seems to be bottoming. So now I have the green dot here. We're going to wait patiently. If the green dot holds, we're going to go long gold on essentially a phase transition structure. This is oh shit! I'm on the S&P. What am I talking? You're absolutely right. What the fuck am I talking about? Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. I totally missed this trade. I'm looking at my GC layout. It's just my mistake. Okay, we're gonna trade the S&P here. Sorry, I'm yapping away. This is an S&P trade. You're absolutely right. I'm not even looking at the product. I was looking at the tab over here. I thought I was in gold. Sorry about that. So the gold trade we missed, but the S&P we're going to trade here. We're going to trade the S&P here on the proper structure. Fuck, this has got to be 3, 12. 57 seconds left. Let's see if this is gonna work for us. $46 seconds on the S&P. The gold trade was kind of right here. Although I don't really have a problem. Maybe we'll take the gold trade here. Why not? I'll tell you why, because this was a phase transition over here. So it's not quite green. It only turned green over here, so it's fine. We'll take this, and now we watch the S&P. 15 seconds. S&P really popping. So we'll see if we can get the S&P move here too. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to go long the S&P, and let's see if we can get the move here. So I think it's like the gold trade got done. I told you gold looked good. Now we're just simply waiting for the S&P. Where's my S&P? Count 110. Nope. S&P is really a piece of shit today, man. It is really what a fucking shitty little product it's been today. It's the only instrument that's causing losses today. But it's fine. I'm going to stick with it because it's it's a legit trade. The gold trade was super clean, right? Boom, boom, hit the targets, did its thing, and we're good to go. Anybody take that gold trade? The reason why I decided to go into the gold trade was because this was a green-red transition, and this was a pure green slope with a positive green dot. Yeah, I'm happy to take it on that trade, in that move. What's Nasdaq doing with itself? Nasdaq, we already took the trade, and so here's the other thing that I will tell you. You know how we sort of sold continuously here. If we're gonna do this continuity, let's buy every green dot, let's sell every red dot thing. It really needs to be in trend, in the broad trend. Just like gold was in a broad trend. We don't want to counter trend scalping dots. Okay, we just want to take the phase transition and work on that. But we don't want to counter trend doing that. Right, Nasdaq, gold, S&P just really fucking me every which way to Sunday. Okay, the one product today that's just really not working. Everybody trading gold. Yeah, you guys are right. S&P, however, just give me false signals. Now, here's the thing that's interesting. Let's stick to the process. The process didn't quite work. No problem. What's my next trade? I need an offset trade, right? Offset trade would mean where the slope goes red and I get a red dot. If I have that condition, then I go again on my offset account, which is my this account over here, right? And one of the things you'll notice is we have like 2 or 3 accounts. One of the accounts is kind of just basically flat to negative, flat to negative. The other 2 accounts are growing. That's the advantage of distributing your risk, right? And if you really want to distribute risk, and in fact, what I do is I trade one instrument per account. So, for example, remember how much money we're doing well in gold and how much we're doing well in Nasdaq? All of that would be reflected in the P&L of that account, and all of the shit that the S&P is doing would just be in the shit account. And if I have 5 accounts and one of them goes negative, who cares, right? Even if you stop yourself out of that account, who cares if the other 4 go to target? That's how you got to trade. You got to think of your accounts as essentially portfolios, and you never get who is the idiot? Oh, Andrew Tate. Oh, what a fucking moron he is. Okay, I'm not going to go there. I was going to make a really un-PC analogy about accounts, but the point is, don't get married to one account. Have like 5 accounts, okay? And when you do that, both your emotional and financial health is going to be much better. I don't have like a trend or counter trend. I just simply, in this case, I just simply have one account that we just allocated to scalps, one account that we allocated to counter, like primary counter, right? And frankly, if I was doing this really cleanly, what I would do is I would just only trade Nasdaq for one, primary Nasdaq counter, which I'll do tomorrow. I'll create a couple more accounts and then I'll just name them, and you guys will have a really clean idea of how to do this on a full scale basis. The main thing that I sort of, remember, the great thing about trading live with me is it's always different. It's always new. There's always new ideas. We're always experimenting with new approaches of how to improve the structure. We have the great instrument. We have the fine, indicator after like probably 1,000 rewrites. We have the great indicator to work with. Now we can work on money management techniques, which are very different, like everything else we do, very different from what everybody else is doing, because we don't think of money management as a single account, single structure. We think of them as multiple accounts with multiple streams of income or losses, where in the overall whole, it's like having employees, right? You have great employees, you have shitty employees. You're never going to have all great employees. The point is you assign the best work to the best employees, and you don't give a shit about the shitty employees until you fire them. That's kind of how you have to think about it. That's probably the best analogy. That's the right analogy to think about. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, gold. We can go into my scalp account with a 102, buy it. This is just basically, we're positive trend, positive momentum dots. Let's scalp this out. Let's see if it works. Gold is a little exhausted, so this is already sort of the second wave momentum. Not a thing that I think could work that much, but I'm trading small size, so not a big deal. Let's see if this is going to go into my scalp, and I guess it does. And this is the power of having like a little scalp account. So you see, like this particular account really grows nicely because all we did is just simply scalp with trend in this account, which brings me, by the way, to Nasdaq. And no, Nasdaq is still positive bid. Gold is positive. Okay, this is the S&P. Okay, so here we go. Remember, I got stung on this one. I want to go to my counter trend account on or sort of my opposite account on Nasdaq, on S&P. Sorry, I'm getting confused. S&P. I got stopped on the long. Now I want to be in the other account on it if I get a short signal, right? And see if this is going to give me a trade. Right now, nothing. It's not giving me anything. S&P is really a very, very difficult trade today. Quick win on the MGC. The MGC. What is it? I forgot that. Oh man, that old school rap song. MGC. You know, we can use that as a rap. Yeah, you know, S&P is just really. It's been a kind of a tough trade on the upper. Okay, finally, here we go. We're turning negative slope here. I also got a notification that Nasdaq is kind of turning negative slope. So we're watching Nasdaq. Oops, sorry guys. What did I just do there? All right, so Nasdaq trend phase transition, right? This is our phase transition trade, and we're looking for a red dot. Let's see if we get a red dot going here. So the question of the day today, while we're all watching, let's do a poll. It's an interesting poll. What is better, winning, coming back from a loss? All right, here's my poll. Everybody go out there and vote for it. No signals yet, but we are in that phase transition. So just to annotate this for you guys, we had green, now we have red, and now we're waiting for that dot. If we get a dot, then we're going to go along the short. No signals so far. Oh, we're starting to get a possible signal in Nasdaq. We'll see. Really? Nasdaq keeps wobbling between green slope, red slope. Now it's starting to stay red slope. Minute 13 on the clock. So maybe this is a setup. We'll see. "45 seconds on the clock." Slope goes from green to red. We're negative trend, negative momentum. Let's see if everything stays that way on the close. And if it doesn't, that means Nasdaq is really not feeling the selling pressure that we thought it was, or at least not for now. No trade. No trade. We wait patiently. What's Same thing with this. Actually, S&P is trying to get green again. And what's gold doing? Gold just continues to go to fresh highs. I sort of I missed scalping gold because I was watching the phase transition, and that's kind of like that's why we sort of need to focus on one strategy or the next. I can't do both of them at the same time. I did a little bit of it with you, but maybe tomorrow we'll just try and do a scalp strategy. The scalp strategy is like, let's take every green dot, green slope, positive trend, red dot, red slope, negative trend structure, and just bang it, bang it, bang it. And if we assume that there is a half hour to an hour continuity, every trade we make is going to be a winner. That's sort of like the gamble that we're making, but it's a pretty good one. In these strong trend conditions. Certainly with gold today, it was great. Certainly it was great with Nasdaq in the first half hour. Oh, Nasdaq is starting to regain its losing steam, or starting to lose its steam, whatever how you want to push it. Still no trade. Still holding those lows. Still not giving us anything. Nasdaq is a nice big runaway train. It's a big runaway train when the dots are literally above the slope. They're like just running around. Like, that is as strong a trend as you can get it. Very, very, would have been great purchasing opportunities all the way around here for us. I was just focusing on trend transition trades, which have been far more difficult to do. We just don't have anything going on. So interesting. 39 to 61, winning to coming back from a trade. More people, go ahead. More people vote on me. Think people from Twitter, go up there and come vote with me on this. So, net takeaway from all of this, guys, is one account per instrument per strategy, which means if you're doing like two instruments, you just want to trade gold and Nasdaq, you got to have at least 4 accounts, and maybe even 6, because a couple of them would be for strategy and a couple of them will be for this. And that will be, trust me, when you go into the funding phase and you have 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 funding accounts like I do, you'll keep that mantra alive, and it's going to make your life so much easier, because you will be winning far more than losing. You will not be focusing all your attention on one single account and burning it. That's actually the greatest comment of the day. Elias, you're getting the chickens. You're getting winner chicken dinner. That's such a smart comment. All right, everybody give Elias a clap, man. That is a fucking brilliant comment. It's really, really true. Or is it Elias? Am I screwing up your name? Is it Elias? Where are you from, Elias? Where are you coming to us from? But that is absolutely fucking brilliant. I totally agree. I'm giving you lots and lots of chickens. Very nice. All right, let's go back to Cyprus. Oh, how nice. Kathy and I were just there. Like in September. No, in June. Sorry, in June. It's so much fun. Okay, where are we at? We're buyers. Buy. I'm buying NAS. Positive slope, positive momentum on this trade in my primary account. Let's see if this works. Where's my position? Here I am. I'm at 95. Okay, let's see if this works. This is the same setup in the S&P, but I'm a little bit late on that, so we'll just leave that alone. And we'll see. We'll see how we'll just trade the Nasdaq. Generally, I always focus on just one instrument. I just want to trade one instrument, a limit order fill. Yet another phase transition in the books in the banks, right? In the books in the banks. So you guys, you're getting the vibe of this. Like, I honestly think that, like, because I throw out so many ideas and so many different concepts, it's probably better if we just take one day for one strategy, one day for another strategy. So everybody just, I know I did scalping with you guys and I did transition mainly because I was bored out of my mind when we didn't have any phase transitions. But it's probably better just to like focus on one, because now you really, really see step by step by step, sequentially, how repeatable it is, right? You can literally see it on the chart. Phase transition winner, phase transition winner, boom, boom, boom. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Rick says yes. He wants me to focus on one strategy. So tomorrow, the irony of the whole thing is, if tomorrow probably we don't get the nice clean continuity, so we can do the scalps. But maybe we'll do the all scalp all the time strategy for fun, and we'll do them across like one instrument per account. That'll be really good. We'll do one instrument per account, so then we're not going to pollute. The whole idea is not to pollute. Not to have your bad employee destroy the productivity of all your good employees. Zorban says no. No what? No what, my friend? You want to see multiple strategies all the time, like my partner Kathy, who can multitask continuously? Is that what you're saying? Price is determination, in your opinion, of what? I'm sorry. What are you referring to that you're disagreeing with? I don't think anybody is arguing that price is a determination. Sorry, multi what? Okay. Put a whole thought. Okay, I don't read your mind. Type out exactly what you're telling me no about. I'm happy to discuss. But remember, this is a two-way communication. This is a great comment. I love this, Elias. I want to pin this to my. I think I'm going to pin this to my profile and Twitter. I'm going to steal your thoughts. And by the way, yeah, here we go. Like if you're, although this is no way would I consider, like, even if I was going to sort of scalp this out, I would not do it because it's a counter trend trade. And I know it's it's really, really strong counter trend trade, but just you want to scalp with a large trend. I really think that's kind of a key addition. So like gold, for example, which I've totally ignored. If we were scalping here, scalping here, scalping here, it's just it's just constant money. It's constant money until it stops, right? And the point being is, if you're doing this for 3, 4, 5 times, even if it stops once, you are well ahead of the game. Well ahead of the game. So here's the S&P. S&P also worked to the upside. We're not getting any more trades, but we did a lot of trades. The only bad trades were in the S&P. Every trade in Nasdaq was a winner. Every trade in gold was a winner in any account, right? You can actually see, I can totally show this to you. Let's go to, here's gold. Winner, winner, chicken dinner on all of this, on the 102s, on 110s, right? And was there anything in the 115s? No 115s. So 110s, all of these winning trades, short winning here, long winning here on golds, right? And then on Nasdaq, this was the 102s. Did we do anything on 102s? Look at this 102s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice clean winners on 102s. On 110s, winners, 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 winners. Jesus, winners on all the 110s. And then the 115s, there was no trades. Okay. So just to show you, and this is just to prove to you, not to prove to you, but to kind of make you understand that if you had S&P in a separate account, you couldn't give a damn. You'd be up on the day on 2 accounts maybe slightly negative, maybe flat, maybe negative a couple of $100 on that one. What do you care? It's really, really cool. All right, guys, I got to run because I got a meeting coming up. So, I'm thinking tomorrow. What's on this calendar tomorrow? Oh, sorry, my wife is fun. I'm in a webinar, baby. Can I call you back, or is somebody? Okay, bye. All right, bye. Okay. Okay. I want to look at the calendar for just 1 second to see what we got tomorrow on the calendar. (23rd). I have nothing, really nothing. U.S. Flash. So what I'm thinking tomorrow is maybe we do 8:30 to kind of 10:30 tomorrow, and we try and do some scalping. We try and do some scalping. Yes, although the webinar is daily. Although if you want to know when the webinar will be held, the easiest way for everybody to know is to go to our YouTube channel. Go to our YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm gonna put this and go to live. Go live over here and subscribe, or just simply look at this streams thing. I post it usually first thing in the morning. Okay. And obviously, you want to join our free community. If you haven't joined our free community, you're missing out. So join both. But the easiest way, because everything always gets posted here, okay? It always gets posted here. So for those of you guys, I gotta sneeze. It's not a live webinar if I don't have my allergy-induced sneeze. So that's the best thing, okay? And subscribe to the channel. Come on, guys. I want to push it to, we are so close, 98, 2,000, 200,000. Come on, I want that plaque. Actually, Kathy wants the plaque. I'm perfectly happy to give Kathy the plaque. Bring all your friends, subscribe to the channel. I got a very, very cool video coming up in next week, though, by the way. I think you guys will like it. So anyways, that's the story. Let's do 8:30 tomorrow. Let's do 2 hours. We're going to scalp. We're just going to scalp it if we can. And we'll put the phase transition to the side. I'm going to create a couple of accounts just for scalping. One Nasdaq, one S&P, one gold. Let's have fun with that. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day. I see you guys tomorrow. Really, really fun today. Really fun. We did a couple of different things. Really cranked it out, and we'll do one thing tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will like it. See you guys later. Bye-bye.